Yeah, we're back. And not weird serial killer sexual fantasy book. Chapter 2, Into the Green. Look at the colors. Look at the colors. Look at the I mean, we just started, but still. We just started. I still feel like a whole like lot less of the sexual tension than the other book. Like, oh my god. It's a relief. I can't read this. Anyways. A familiar person. When you die, you lost for good. Stumbles out of the underbrush and into the light of your campfire. Hey guys. Grant sways on his feet, soaked and gray, but he's alive. He's real. At least, you think he is. For one frozen heartbeat, nobody moves. Grant, you're... Small whisper breaks the spell, and the whole clearing up at once. Oh my god, you're alive. Simone throws herself at her brother first, squeezing him in a hug. Dean claps Grant on the back, mouth still hanging in shock. What the hell, man? You thought... Roxy smashes the back of his head before he can finish with a "you were dead," then peers into Grant's face with worry. You're not hurt? There were some creepy things in the trees earlier. I'm fine. Little waterlogged, though. Guess that's dry by now. He passed Simone's head, making her take a step back so he could look into her tear-filled face. I'm all in one piece. Glad to see you guys are too. His eyes find yours, hold a beat too long. He sways a little on his feet again, revealing his exhaustion. Sorry. Just sorry I'm making dinner. Got some rainy leftovers. Touch him gently to make sure he's real. Nobody move. I got to make sure this is actually happening. I gotta make sure this is actually happening. You cross the sand and press your palm for that flat. Yeah. You cross the sand and press your palm flat against his chest before you can think better of it. It was the water. The monster. Take you. His hard hammer under your hand. Real. His own hand comes up and covers yours and stays. Careful. A man can get used to that kind of welcome. The warmth of his hand spreads into yours, and you blink and wander into his face. Just as Pixelberry is working on chapters for this book, I'm working on the voices. Give me a break. Again, I'm reading this while my voice is breaking. Love that. You really are real. Of course I am. I'm hard to get rid of than that. Ask my sister. Someone tugs him into another hug, pulling him away from you. I knew it. I told every one of them that you weren't gone. And you were right, sis. Breathe. Don't you ever disappear again. Do you understand me? Grant sighs, seeming to deflate a little in his sister's arms. He smiles fondly, patting her back. Aye, Captain. Man, you must be starving. Come on, sit down. There's a little bit of food left. There's even a few more bites of the MRE stuff. Call it Shipwreck Gourmet. Grant lowers himself onto a log in the fire, and the MRE pouch and Carker didn't get shoved right straight into his hands. For a few warm minutes, it's the gang again, alive, laughing, whole around the fire. Grant eats like he hasn't eaten in days, polishing off the MRE and crackers like he's at a Michelin restaurant. Grant, seriously, a whole day. Where were you? Grant waves toward the ocean to where the water, teeth bulging, hardly paying Simone, questioning any attention. Floating, no walking, lots of trees down there. I saw an answer, man. You see any crazy stuff? Flying seals, flashing lights. Might have seen some sort of singing flower at one point. Kinda thought I was hallucinating from hunger, though. He brushes crumbs off his knees and won't quite look at any of you. A yawn working free from him. Right, matters you're back. Forget it. You're back. You're breathing. The rest can wait until morning. Thank you, River. That means more than you know. That's my name, River? Oh, I forgot. There's something more urgent than my swim story, anyway. Grant looks off into the thick underbrush, eyes narrowed intensely. We're still too close to the beach. That traps us with the water at our backs. We should move farther inland. Inland? Toward the screeching? Absolutely not. Hard now. We need higher ground, more cover, a place we can't easily be surrounded. Are you getting? What we heard trampling around out there didn't come into our camp. So how the hell would we leave it? I don't know, what? Whether they were just scooping us out and come back. Whether they were just scoping us out and come back. We don't have shelter here. It's gotta be a cave or something we can find. We can make a door, stay out of the elements. We should scout it out first, then vote. I think it's worth seeing what else is out there, especially if we can find a place more sheltered than this. Exactly. But I don't think we should do that scouting in the dark, especially now if it means scouting closer toward whatever those creatures came from. It's why we forget. That's what I get for trying to predict the next sentence or next line. That's what I get. Thank you. For all we know, those things can see in the dark, or lay traps out there for us. So then we started first light. We've been on our feet all day anyway. We need some rest before we go on another expedition. Grant nods tightly, not looking completely on board, but able to tell he's outnumbered. No, I swear. I'll keep watch. No, you're going to sleep. I'll take first watch. One by one, the others bed down beside you. Grant settles in, nearly close enough to touch. Hey, who's the game? I sleep here. As long as you don't snore. Can't promise that, but you can smack me if I do. I will. Start to drift off to the crackle of the fire, and it won't someone close, but it's that close body that keeps you awake. He's back. Ho ho. So why do I have this odd feeling? You wait the sunlight cutting through the canopy, and the gang already going at it. I'm just saying, someone is absolutely coming to look for us. You don't lose a whole yacht full of graduating seniors and shrug. There are parents. Ouch. But we're not even supposed to be home for another week. We have to survive a week before they even start sending a search party. You rub your eyes and get to your feet. Sleep crusting your eyelashes. I hate that. Guys, what's all the shouting so early? Rossi wants to stay at camp, even though we agreed to go scout. I'm not against scouting. I just don't think we should all abandon camp or we do it. What if those creatures come take all our stuff? What if there are other things on this island who will? She's got a point. We worked hard to set this place up. We should probably at least guard it while we're off exploring. Honestly, God, camp is my move. If things don't pan out for moving further at inland, we'll still have here to fall back to. Exactly. We can't leave ourselves with nothing. This is basically the only home sweet home we have at this point. I'll stay with Roxy. I don't trust her to face off against Iron Monster on her own. Roxy's glares only half-hearted, tinged with relief. Grant pinches the bridge of his nose for a few seconds, but he doesn't argue. Okay, fine. Do what you want. I'm still going scouting. Ain't here to take us. Why don't you head up hill and I'll follow the river? The river or me river? That's lowercase, so river. Why don't you head up hill and I'll follow the river I found in the jungle yesterday and see where it leads? It's my move. We can go more ground that way. We can scout for half an hour, then come back and report on our findings. Sounds good. I had to pick a sibling. I'm Damn, I was getting on the other book. I was getting on the other book for like the first diamond scene to be dirty diamonds. To be fair, for this book, at least it took almost 10 minutes for the first diamond scene to pop up. That one was like under fucking 4 minutes. And like you can't see what I see. There's a timer of how long I've been recording for. That damn thing was at like 4 or less minutes when the first diamond scene popped up in that other book was Scream for me. Like, really? Dirty diamonds. Then the next one's gonna hit you with a 35. Then it's gonna hit you again with a 30. Like, okay. And you wonder why I took such a long break. And I was thinking, should I take another one? Because I don't know how much this book's gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like 15. Like, yeah, 15 diamonds makes sense. No. I don't think you have the option to do both of them. And if you did, I wouldn't do both. I'm just gonna go with Grant so I can know more about him and what the fuck happened to him. And I won't talk shit about it as much as I did with the other book. Because at least this makes sense. We're exploring. We're gonna find things. We're gonna bring things back. We're gonna see if there's somewhere else we can stay and can. What was the first diamond scene in Scream for me? That in the last chapter, right? What was that for? To examine a dead body. I'm glad our character was smart enough to cover her fucking hands with her sleeve, but other than that, it's like we just scoped out a corpse for not even that long, for like a minute, basically. And then 35 diamonds for scene to fuck the killer. And after that, another 30 diamonds to wait, hold on, I missed the chapters, but yeah, no, it was the hospital one, yeah. So it was 35 to fuck the killer, yeah. And there's another 30 diamonds after that. Oh, it was to go to the nurse's station, look at the files and stuff. That was Dirty Diamonds. Yeah. It was that one. I was thinking of the chapter before that, where I need someone to fix the battery in this smoke detector before I lose my mind. But it's the other scene where we fuck the killer and then we fuck Justice. Once again, assuming they're not the same person. Anyways, I join you, Grant. Grant, instant lights up. Happy to have you aboard. Let's get do it. Now I can work on a Grant voice. I'm good. I'm dying. A little while later, Grant moves through the green like the jungle parts for him, choosing forks without breaking stride. Walks the root lining. Ground lies a little on this stretch. His hand finds the small of your back, staring over a root you haven't seen. Then it's gone again. How are you doing that? You duck branches before they're even there. Long legs and low expectations. Mostly legs. He holds a heavy curtain of vine aside, the light catching the line of his jaw. After you. You're a very polished guide for a guy who crawled out of the ocean last night. I'll take that as a compliment, since the alternative is unsettling. Lets the vines fall close behind you, keeps his voice low against the hush. Tell me something honestly. What do you make of all this? Yelling. The strangeness of it. Wow, I've been here before. You know. In another life, I've been here before. I know what there is out there. If you were around long enough for the first Endless Summit, you do too. There's a saber-tooth out there. There's blue people out there. There's that monster thing in the lake. There's 2 more of those things in the lake. There's a tiny little blue fox I kind of want to find again. Like, oh my god, Snubbles! I miss him. I miss him so much. I'm gonna like rip the smoke detector out of the fucking wall. I don't know which one it is, but I'm going to rip all of them out. Like, honestly, this island scares me. You know, honestly, this place rattles me. The lights, the screeching, water that tastes people. Good. Good. Scares mean you're paying attention. It's uncomfortable once this place catches first. He holds a branch back for you. Now he's moving over the green the whole time. That's a grim little proverb for a chaperone. I'm trying to clear my throat. I'm trying. It's not working. Chaperone is a grim little job. Keep your eyes up. You're doing fine. He smiles slow and unhurried and turns the question around instead. My turn. Why did you come on this trip at all? What were you hoping to find out here? That's a big question for a morning hike. Mornings are what people answer honestly, before the day teaches them better. Still working on my answer, honestly. Ask me again when we're rescued. And I don't think I missed the dodge. You keep picking the right fork. Every fork. This is a refresh. I mean, we'll see how this one plays out, but instead of the first Endless Summer book, we didn't know anyone except for one person, right? Diego. We kind of just like awoke on the plane coming to this island. We crashed on a ship to this island, and we actually know everyone, right? What I'm getting at, we discovered in like book 3 is that we aren't really real. We didn't have a life before we were on the plane coming to La Herda. It was like, wait a minute. I have no backstory. I don't know who my parents are, except I don't have parents. I don't know if I have siblings or not, because, you know, I don't, shit. Like, we, like, learned that, we had to learn that the hard way, like, oh my god. And if you, like, paid attention to every choice you made throughout the whole 3 books, anytime something with family or going back home was mentioned, it's like, I don't have anything to go home to. Like, your character always said, like, I don't have nothing to go home to. So there's nothing really there for me. So, you know, I'm kind of okay with staying on the island. Because here I feel important, I feel needed. Back home, there's nothing there for me because there isn't a home for me back there. And we didn't find out why. We just existed to serve a purpose for the island, to like save our friends from the island. This book, we actually had a life. We have a life. This one, we know who we are. We know what we have back home, because there is a home that exists. The other books, like, a really dark twist, like, oh shit, I'm a time traveler. These people I've started to become friends with weren't always my friends. I didn't know any of them. No one knew me except Diego for some reason, but like, damn. And don't think I missed a dodge. You keep picking the right fork. Every fork. He holds aside another curtain vine, and the green drops away. I haven't seen this. What the fuck? The jungle opens onto a mountain ledge high above the ocean, wind pulling at your clothes. Whoa, yes, you found it. At higher ground. I told you I would. You told us you look for it. You walked a straight line through unmarked jungle and landed on a cliff with a view. The jungle tells you where to go if you listen. Water runs downhill. Game keeps its cover. He spreads his hands, easy and unbothered, and lets the flashing sit there between you. Most people just don't listen. Grant, you should be illegal. Calm, certain, mysterious. There ought to be a law about men like you. For public safety. For public safety. That's the first time being suspicious has sounded like a compliment. It's both. I contain multitudes. So I'm learning. He lifts the next branch out of your way, and his eyes stay on you, says the trail. For what it's worth, if I was ever going to let anyone pass the secrets, you the danger. I'm gonna admit with that one. He steers you past a fallen pillar, half swallowed by moss, old stone, carved by somebody's hands. Whoa, hold on. That's carved. People made that. Will we see the old cast? I want to see the old cast again. Like, hey, what's up, Diego, Jake, Estella, what's up? Hey, Queen, hi, girl, Michelle, hey, Raj, what's up, my guy? It's a Harvard. Hi, Craig, my dude, Sean. Snubbles, hey Snubbles, oh my god, I missed you, buddy. Hello. I just pick up Snubbles, little blue fox, and just like, he's just licking my face and just like, I missed you too, buddy. You know. Well, wouldn't miss River because he doesn't know who River is, but still, I will be doing that. You know. If we get to see the old cast, like, oh my god, hey! Even crazier if we get to see my old character, like, oh my god, who are you? I'm the main character of this bitch, who are you? I'm the main character of this bitch, who are you? The fuck? The fuck? And then just watch London and River fight. What's the names? The names I be picking. The fuck? London and now River. Okay. Long time ago, but aware on it. You said it like you read the brochure. His hand drops to his vest pocket and presses flat over something there, quick and protective. He catches you noticing for half a second, and none of you says anything. The wind shifted, down a cliff face, where the rock splits open. You step to the ledge and follow his gaze down. The cliff face drops sharply beneath you. That's not a cave. Caves don't have corners. Edges are chiseled. Somebody cut a door into the rock. From above you could see it clearly. A man-made tidal mouth, half swallowed by vine, breathing cool air. There's Grace, way back in the dark, stabbed like somebody meant to come back for them. And that chemical smell, sulfur, that counts for the bite, I've been catching since the ridge. Dynamite? Could be. Oh, minus dog, pirate, cat, something like that. It's been here a long time. Yvette, is that her name? Yvette, yeah, Yvette. He studies the tunnel from above, jaw set, and guides you a few protective steps back from the lip. Varen! I miss Varen. Either way, we don't go near it till we know what's stable and what isn't. Not today. but it goes on the list. I'm good. Your list or the group's list? Both, assuming they overlap. He says it flat. You can't tell if it's a joke. Look up. He tips his chin toward the canopy, and the whole world goes strange. I remember that, and I hate that I had to ask you to remember the order of the colors to do the puzzle. It's like, I can't see the fucking colors like that. Memory and colors? Yeah, I'm not good at that. Multicolored lights pulses through the leaves, brighter here than ever burned over the beach. Oh my god, it's everywhere. It's moving like water. It pours down in slow ribbons, painting his face and yours in shifting color. I keep thinking I'm ready for this place. I'm not. Look at it. For a moment, even Grant forgets to perform. Breath caught, eyes wide, almost young. I can feel it on my skin, like wading into cool water. Yeah, so can I. Whatever this is, I won't peg him about those in his pocket. Whatever this is, I follow you into worse. Is this the trouble that comes with you, Grant? I want all of it. wherever it goes. You shouldn't say that to me. Why not? Because I might let you. He turns, and the color light pours over you both, and the jungle goes very far away. His hand raises, knuckles hovering at your cheek, not quite landing. I'm still carrying things you can't see. If I take this first, I'll never forgive the order I chose. Grant, he leans in, a breath, the warmth of him, the light swimming, and stops it in short. Everybody is a love interest. Okay. In the summer, there was some people who were untouchable. The original one, like Craig, Michelle, Diego. Which didn't make sense if you were a guy, because Diego's obviously gay. It's like, come on, man. But never mind. Craig, Michelle, Diego. Alistair. Black girl whose name started with a G that I can't think of. Grace. There it is. This one feels like everyone. You can date anyone here. But I feel like the moment I start flirting with either Simone or Grant, the others can be unavailable. It's a good thing I don't want either of them. I want Roxy. Not yet. Not this. You deserve more than half of me, and half is all I have today. He steps back, his jaw set, and his eyes don't leave you even then. He wanted to kiss me, but he stopped. Roxy covered me. Well, at last. Please. The color light washes over you both a moment longer, and Grant doesn't look away from you. Then the ribbons dim back into the canopy, and the green goes ordinary again. There's we wondered where we got to. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm counting the flying seahorse. It outranks the seahorse, narrowly. He gestures away, you came back, and walks you back to the rising clamor of camp. One hand never quite leaves his pocket the whole way down. By midday, Simone and Grant come crashing back with news. I looked at some old logs from the yacht. I think I found a barren inland worth investigating. Found a tunnel, old carved out pirate thing in the cliff. Crates of black powder, dynamite, just sitting in the dark, waiting. Dean's whole face lights up, and he draws a finger to the air for emphasis. You hear me? Dynamite. That's where we get our opinion off the rocks. Right, and we all just know exactly how to use dynamite and not blow up our ship or ourselves. Holy moly, Roxy. Do you want to get off this island or... Simone holds up her hand. You all fall silent. So silent. So silent. You hear the waves all the way down at the beach. The jungle doesn't make a sound. Guys, I'm freaking out. It's a bad sign. You don't hear any animals, right? That sounds me. Shut up and listen. Quiet. Something's out there. Whatever that something is, makes something snap in the underbrush. Nobody moves. The silence stretches taut as a wire crosses the clearing. Then the undergrowth explodes, and a pack of creatures burst out. You're new. 6 literal dinosaurs streak towards your group, teeth bared, moving together like one haunted mind. What the Run. Do you remember what Grant said about high ground, sprint for the trees? You crash through the jungle, hearing reptilian screeches punctured by Grant's shout somewhere nearby. Stay together. Don't scatter. You can't lose anyone. Catch a flash of Roxy spinning past you, her sandals in hand, and are about to take off after her when your path is blocked. Then Raptor kicks up soil and pebbles as it turns to face you, jaw snapping. I'm not becoming your lunch meat. You rip the low branch free and swing across the thing's face. Get back, you dirty lizard. The branch cracks against the skull and Raptor staggers. But it shakes its head, covering in a heartbeat, pulling a branch out of his hands with his teeth and snapping it in two. The good dinosaur. The raptor coils the spring, but the body slams into it, sideways, out of nowhere. Grant tumbles with the raptor, kicking away from it, and coming back to his feet. He grabs your arm. Go, go, go. He doesn't let go of your arm, dragging you flat out through the trees. When you think your legs might give out, he bursts out of the tree line and stops dead. Never seen this, Caesar. A glittering manor rises out of the jungle, ringed by a softly glowing lagoon. You rub your eyes. I'm hallucinating. A dinosaur already ate me, and I'm dead. Oh, so dramatic. I love my characters are dramatic. But the noise of your friends breaks through the bush, followed by horrible screeching. Is that a mansion? Yeah, and it's got a door. As an actual defense. The raptors crash out of the bush behind Roxy, Simone, and Dean. Grant gives you a shove toward the mansion. Go. I'll get the others. He said it. You don't need to tell him twice. He spoke for the door. Praying is unlocked. He turns with a crunch. The door practically flying open, beckoning you into the darkness side. You stumble inside. The sound of running, screaming, and raptors screeching right on your tail. Just managed to draw yourself out of the way before Grant calls the rest of your friends inside and slams the door shut. That was way too close. Simone doubles over, panting mud on her knees from the fall she must have taken in the jungle. So up you with a tree spell. Hey, you really left us out there? It was nothing personal. Fight or flight, you know? You had to brace something against the doors. Anything heavy. Dean wedges a falling beam against the door, while Roxy jams the latch with a snap chair leg. You and Simone are just starting to have a tattered, dusty armchair when Grant goes still. Wait. Outside, the screeching continues, but farther than you expected, and an impact you're all braced for against the door never comes. Are they circling us? Dean edges to one of the tall windows and peers through the grimy glass. They stopped. They're basing the far side of that glowing water. They won't come past it. You step up to the glass and peer through, watching the pack wheel and screech the lagoon's shimmering rim. You're right, but why? Why to scare the water? Doesn't matter why. They stopped. Take the wind and breathe. You step away from the window, unease clawing at your insides. But you aren't. Fuck you. You might seem safe, but you aren't sure how permanent that is. Take the compass out of your pocket, jaw dropping when you see what it displays. The compass is spinning in circles, almost like it wants us to stay right here. I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse. It's gotta be a sign. I knew we needed to come further inland. The compass proves it. How does Simone slides down the door to a wall to a seated position? Read. Simone slides down the wall to wall. Simone slides down the door to wall to a seated position. You notice her trembling hands and sit beside her. Hey, talk to me. Those are freaking dinosaurs. I don't know if I can do this. Sure, I always wanted to study dinosaur fossils, but I don't want to get eaten. And has a pack of raptors between us and our yacht, which is still stuck, and she starts breathing fast and take her trembling hands in yours and hold them still. Hey, remember the morning of the Kim final? You shook like this too. We got drew that, didn't we? That was a stupid test, River. This is somehow real life. Her eyes dart around, resting on each of your friends, landing on her brother last. They fill with tears. It's real life. We might all die. Hey, just breathe. I've got you. You slide your fingers out of hers and grip your arm over her shoulders, pulling her tighter to your side. It's okay. Just let it all out. I'm the only one crying. I feel so weak. Hey, you're not. You're a human. A human who just survived the pack of velociraptors. You give her a tease and shake. That's not something I can that's not just something anyone can say. She manages a watery smile, then dusts her face against your neck, hot tears wetting your skin. Yo, just give me a few minutes, okay? As long as you need. I'm not going anywhere. The adrenaline drains slowly, and your eyes adjust to the gloom. Start to process your impossible surroundings. Does this setup feel totally 1920s to you guys? It's like so retro. It looks set up for a wedding. This whole band's worth of instruments just sitting there. They walked off mid-song. Oh my god! Oh my god. Ugh, I don't know how to explain it. There was a room in the Celestials in the original Endless Summer. The Celestials hotel that looked like a ballroom abandoned mid-wedding. This is like the same thing, but it's this whole separate mansion. Like, actually, in book 2 or book 3, we got to be a part of the wedding that actually took place in the natural mansion. Is this the mansion? Or my region? Because that is it's very convenient. This looks like another wedding abandoned, just like the other one. This is a wedding that was abandoned. It may have been in the Celestials hotel, but that is a weird place. Like we were seeing like a vision in the actual mansion, or wherever this took place. Oh my god. Anyways, shut up. Simone wipes her eyes and gets to her feet. You beside her. You see the shift in her. Her analytical mode activated. She approaches the table, still miraculously covered in food. The dust is insane. Like years worth at least. She draws her finger through said dust, feeling a strip of white tablecloth beneath. But the food isn't rotten at all. Roxy drifts toward the head table, plucking up a massive white lace and tulle. It's a wedding veil. It looks like the bride left it behind. She and the 39 other guests still sat for it, just vanished. Grant comes back from the far wall, holding a tarnished candlestick like a club. I checked the hall. There's whole rooms back there. Pantries, closet. We should go to Drew and see what we can find. Maybe we'll find some tools or supplies we can use against those things outside. I think that explains why 40 wedding guests went, which I'd also like to know. Okay, but I'm kind of broke now, and now I wish I did wait an extra day before this. Alright, final birds want to rematch in the morning when Nambino with sunburned attitude. Rate this place. Anything that swings, ties, or carries is ours now. Simone's already counting doorways, mentally dividing the floor plan. Ground floor first. Stay in earshot of each other. I think the rooms least likely to have spiders, so none of them. Right. The 5 of you fan out across the ground floor. Colin finds Judith's dusty doorways. Oh yeah. It's just 5 of us. Is this all of us? I'm used to the other one where there's like 13 of us. Anyways. Dean shoulders a stuck pantry door open with his whole body, and pewter candlesticks roll across the shelf. Clubs, heavy ones. Grabbing these. There's a whole boat of sink drapery cord in there. That's basically rope. It is rope, Roxy. You're fine. Grant drifts into the side of the boiler, and Spoon follows. The two of them step the two of them sniping the only way siblings can. You know what this reminded me of? That summer you memorized Grandma's entire floor plan just to win hide and seek. It was Daryl. You're welcome for the strategy, Gene. You hid in the laundry chute for 45 minutes and Grandma called the police. Damn. You entered the parlor with a laugh as the siblings continued bickering. Oh, Grant, why did you give Grandma a heart attack? She overreacted. I was perfectly safe. Grant, tell me about the real you. I don't think I ever heard you talk about yourself, but I had to turn into a lesson. Keep going. There's not much to tell. I was the kid who always got handed the map on family trips. Because you stole it out of Dad's hands every single time. I navigated us to every rest stop between here and Savannah. That's public service. A real humanitarian. Simone catches the shift in her brother. A real laugh, shoulders dropping, and was oddly pleased. He's not usually this easy to talk to. Don't let him fool you. I'm standing right here, Simone. It must have been the bride's dressing room. Fuck you. And what must have been the bride's dressing room? Roxy freezes mid-step, hands fly into her mouth. Oh my god. A vanished bride's coiffure hangs untouched on a padded rack. Beaded silk, a feathered headdress, a long string of pearls coiled under vanity. This is hand-sewn, every bead. Do you understand what that means? Not someone had too much time on their hands. That someone had taste, Dean. Something you wouldn't recognize if it bit you. She lifts the pearls, let them pull heavy in her palm, generally avert. Her chain's a bit heavy, rocks. At least one of us should look great and Ian. Consider it hazard pay. Rox, you would outshine the bride. The bride had 50 years of head start, and I still put my money on you, Rox. Roxy's hands still on the pearls, color climbing her neck. Oh. That didn't take long for her to get romantic with me. This is the second chapter. Have I been flirting with her this whole time? You can't just say things like that when I'm holding antiques. I'll drop them. Then put them on before you do. Don't think flattery gets you out of carrying the heavy stuff later. She draws the pearls on anyway, and her eyes flick to Dean, a half second too long before she turns away. Dean pries a fireplace poker free of his rack and hoists it over his shoulder like a trophy. Official Raptor Whacker. Patent pendant. He tests the weight, swinging it once, then catches Roxy watching and points it at her. This one's backup. He passes a candlestick into Roxy's hands with a grin. I'm dripping in pearls, and you hand me a candlestick? Pearls won't stop a raptor. The candlestick might. She nearly laughs before she catches herself, jaw snapping shut. Easy, Captain Poker. Put the poker down before you break a chandelier and burn the ceiling on us. I have complete control of this weapon. Watch. He twirls the poker and nearly clips a frozen champagne tower. Dean. That was a demonstration of what not to do. Sure it was. To find out how she's everyone is in a dusty study, a steamer trunk, packed tight, a honeymoon ticket tucked in the lid. Never used, never taken. They packed their whole life into this thing for a trip they never got to take. For a moment, the whole group just goes quiet over it. That's rough. It's really rough. 50 years. Nobody came back for it. He cracked the trunk open. Sturdy travel clothes, a folding knife, a long climbing rope, still good. This is exactly where we need to get back across the jungle to the beach. 3 alarms against the morning. One out of somebody else's honeymoon. Off to the side, Simone had turned up a dance cord on a faded ribbon, every line filled in with a careful hand. The valedictorian control cracks clean open. She is grinning. The precise guarded girl suddenly lit up. Look at this. Every single dance filled in. Someone promised the whole night to one person. Just enjoy the moment. So I'm just enjoying the moment, nerd. You're holding a 50-year-old dance card in a haunted mansion, and you look happier than I've seen you in a week. I'm not that obvious. You're beaming, Simone. Actually beaming. Fine, it's charming. Are you satisfied? Rory. She huffs a laugh and ducks a strand of hair behind her ear. The card still cradled in her other hand. Simone traces the card a last time, then sets it down gently. None of these people ever left. The celebration just stopped, mid-song, mid-toast, and the guests simply vanished. For a breath, the whole group feels the strangeness of it together, the music that never finished. And that's the part that gets me. Not the dust or the mask, the fact that nobody ever danced the last dance. Heavy stuff. Real heavy. Some dudes on this island don't have explanations. Not yet. The group hauls the trunk's contents into a heap by the cold hearth. Weapons, rope, and travel clothes. Someone else's interrupted life, now keeping you alive. We should bed down. Long day tomorrow, and we need the rest. You all drag the dust-sheeted cushions and still drapes back into the hall, weapons stacked within reach. Eventually, the group drifts toward the edge of the ballroom, dragging dust-sheeted chairs into makeshift beds. Everyone's clearly exhausted. Is anyone else weirded out about sleeping in the middle of somebody's pause party? Deeply. Feels like the music can start back up any minute. The chase is mine now. I survived a shipwreck and a dinosaur. I've earned a good share. Rocks, I got you, Your Majesty. I set the dusty chase next to yours, Your Majesty. Clearly somebody needs a bodyguard. I do not need a... Okay, I might, only because of the cake situation. The cake's not gonna get you, Rocks. You don't know that. Nobody here knows anything. That's the whole problem. You guys get some rest. I'm so wired. I'm gonna keep exploring. Just don't let the raptors in. Grant waves and heads off. You can't find it.
Niggling.
Okay. Okay. Look, I know what the word is. And I know what it means. It's just... out of all the words they could have replaced it with, they used... like, you know what it sounds like. Like, I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just call me? Well, okay, alright. It's just... okay. Grant waves and heads off. You can't find a niggling feeling in your gut. I think I just said a slur. I could say the slur, but it felt wrong. Everyone here is just trying to hold the sanity together, and he's calm as a guy in his own living room. One by one, the others settle onto the dust-sheeted chairs. The ballroom grew quiet under the frozen chandeliers. Can't sleep. While the group beds down, you slip down the side hall after Grant. It's like using old terminology. Bed down. Just say head to bed. Go to bed. Bed down. Who says bed down? Okay. In the hall, a framed 1920s bride and groom stops you cold. Every other frame hangs gray with dust, but which one gleams is moonlight brass plate reading Callaway. Callaway? Why is that snag on something? On a whim, you take your compass out of your pocket. Sure enough, the needle points straight to the portrait. The needle vibrating with urgency. Fine. You lift the frame into the dim light. A couple beams up, untouched by time. Whoever you two were, you knew to finish your party, did you? You ease the photograph free and flip it over. Looping ink runs across the back. To my whole world, always. And a date. 1927. Your eyes drift back to the bride's face, and the name on the brass plate prickles at you again. Calloway. Wasn't that Simone's mom's maiden name? No, come on. It could be Holloway. I'm tired. I'm misremembering. You tuck the photograph into your pocket and move on down the hall. You reach a small study at the end of the hall. Grant's pack slumps against the desk leg, but he's nowhere in sight. You stop in the doorway, one hand on the frame, and don't go in. I shouldn't. This is tough. I'll be crossing the line. But all of Grant's strange behavior is very in your mind, as well as how he's avoided giving you answers. Down the hall, nobody stares. Nobody else is going to push him, and somebody has to. You cross the room. Your hands and ears are flap open, and under a damp shirt, your fingers close on stiff paper. You pull it free. A worn, hand-drawn map of this island, every landmark inked in faded lines. No, that's this island, drawn by hand, the man who grounds in it. The truth lands slow and cold. Grant didn't stumble onto this place. He knew it was here all along. He's answering for this tonight. I'm not sitting on this. I'm putting this map in his hands and watching his face. You pull the map close and draw in a deep breath. Then, a floorboard suddenly creaks behind you. You turn, the map still in your hands, as Grant fills the doorway, his tired face going very, very still. You weren't supposed to see that river. Now I gotta wait another week to see what happens next. Fuck. Bye!